Hello, fellow wrestling fans. This is Wrestling Talk with Mason Storm. This is episode number 7 of this podcast, the regular version. This is the Raw review from last night. And just a warning, just in case it happens, if you hear any barking, in the background, it's because I'm currently pet sitting. That is my job. That is my part-time job. When I can find it. So, if you hear any barking, that is why. So let's get into, without further ado, let's get into the Raw review. So we started out the night with Kurt Angle coming out to the ring and saying that because of Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman's fight last week, Braun Strowman will not be able to wrestle Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. So, in order to figure out who will face Brock Lesnar, they will have a 5-way match at Extreme, 5-way number one contenders match at Extreme Rules. And the people in that match are the following: Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, and Samoa Joe. So whoever wins that fatal 5-way match at Extreme Rules will face Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. Which, funny thing is, literally they do not mention Great Balls of Fire at all the whole night. They never mention it. It's just funny that they would never mention it. So, basically, after that, everybody comes out to the ring, and basically says that they should be the number one contender, and this is why. Which some of them have a pretty good reason why, especially Finn Balor, because he never lost the Universal title. So, if you ask me, he should be the number one contender. So, it leads up to 2 matches. Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins, which is the main event, and Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns. So the person left out of any match was, well, you guessed it, Samoa Joe. You'll see why later. So, after that, I'm trying to remember what exactly happened after that. So after those matches were made and all that, Alexa Bliss comes out to the ring. And so she starts talking about how she beat Bayley and how the audience are stupid for being Bayley fans. And I totally agree with her. Basically, spitting fire like she normally does. She is such a great heel. And Bayley comes out and basically says that she'll beat Alexa Bliss at Extreme Rules. So they're fighting, and then Alexa Bliss apparently goes out of the ring and gets a kendo stick and starts wailing on Bayley. and ends up injuring her, which we'll find out later in the night. And so Alexa Bliss is left standing. And then after that, we get into some cruiserweight action. I believe that's what happened next. I always mess up the order because I have to remember from my brain what happened on Raw and on SmackDown, because I don't have another thing to put up while I'm recording. Anyways, so the cruiserweight match was Jeff Gallagher and Austin Aries versus Neville and TJ Perkins, aka TJP. TJP and Neville win by cheating, and so after the match, nothing really happens after the match that I can remember, other than this segment that we have a little bit later. But so the next match is Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy, which is basically the opposite of what we had last time these two teams were last time we had Cesaro and Sheamus feuding, we had, and the Hardy Boys, we had Cesaro versus Jeff Hardy and Sheamus versus Matt Hardy. That was last time, so now we're going to do the opposite. So we now have Sheamus versus Jeff, and apparently probably next week we'll have Cesaro versus Matt. So Jeff Hardy gets the win, and which is really good. It was a great match. Although there were some botches. They botched Twist of Fate. They botched the Swanton Bomb. At one point, Matt Hardy was supposed to get bro kicked off the apron, and they botched that. Which eventually they did do that, but he was supposed to do it in one shot, but he wasn't in the right place for Cesaro to catch him. So anyways, Jeff Hardy gets the win, and then we get that little segment that I was talking about before. Neville talking to TJP about taking out Austin Aries on 205 Live, which is tonight. So, and then TJP will supposedly get a shot at the Cruiserweight title. So, after that, we get the Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor match. Really, really good match. Roman Reigns ends up winning, but both wrestlers looked both wrestlers looked really strong in the match. And so, but Roman Reigns picks up the win, and it is a fair win, so, which everybody is going to hate on Roman Reigns more, which I'm a Finn Balor fan, so I don't like Finn Balor losing, but whatever. And then we get this match that I don't know why we had to have it again. I guess part of it was apparently because of Alicia Fox's shoulders not being down last week when she lost to Sasha Banks. But we get that match again, and this time Alicia Fox pulls out the upset. Why? Why did we need this match? I don't understand it. Sasha Banks should be feuding with someone else. She should be feuding with someone to try to become the number one contender to face Alexa Bliss. Because I know Corporate Cappy, my good friend from No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast, I know he doesn't want to see the match, but it's going to happen. We're going to have Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss. Sorry for my botch there. We are going to have that match sometime. Probably, if I was to guess, probably at SummerSlam. That is my prediction. But right now, they have Sasha Banks feuding with Alicia Fox. What? Anyways, so let's get to the main event. So the main event was Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins. Match we have not seen yet. Or, actually, I think we have seen it, but it's been a while. It's not a rinse and repeat. I mean, at least not that much. So, Seth Rollins ends up winning by disqualification because Samoa Joe, there he is, he didn't have a match up at night, so he comes out and interferes in the match, and because of such, Bray Wyatt gets disqualified, and Seth Rollins wins the match. Except after the match, Samoa Joe and Bray Wyatt are beating down on Seth Rollins, which I thought, okay, Finn Balor's going to come out. Roman Reigns is going to come out, which I know they're making Roman Reigns into a heel, but I thought for sure Finn Balor was going to come out and help Seth Rollins, but I guess not. And instead we get a beatdown until Bray Wyatt puts Samoa Joe and his Sister Abigail and hits Sister Abigail, and then Bray Wyatt is left looking strong. So that is the end of Raw. So in my review, it's time for the review. Not review, the total rating. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Why? Because a lot of the matches, the Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns, and the Cruiserweight match were all really great matches. So now we're getting ready to go to Backlash, which is a Sunday. But that's SmackDown, which is tonight. But also look forward to this week there being a lot of posts on both on Spreaker and on my YouTube channel under the name Wrestling Talk with Mason Storm. So look out for those. As I said, 5 out of 10 for Raw. It was a little bit of a mess, but still some great matches. And so, 5 out of 10. And so hopefully SmackDown can do really good tonight. Looks like we're going to have some some good matches. And I'm also going to say this right now, and I'm going to say this at my SmackDown review later, or tomorrow probably, when I review that. If Jinder Mahal wins the WWE title, I am done watching SmackDown. So, that is that, and so, thank you guys for listening, and that's all I've got to say. Bye.